Hey guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my Altra Timp trail runners. If you are new here, welcome to the Hike Oregon family. I make hiking and backpacking vlogs as well as gear reviews and general tips and tricks videos to help you become a more confident hiker and backpacker. If you like videos like that, click the red subscribe button and press that notification bell so that you are notified every time I make a new video. So these are my Altra Timp trail runners that I bought back in February of 2019. I don't wear trail runners all year round just because I do live on the west side of the Cascades here in Oregon, and the winters do tend to be very, very wet. So I tend to wear trail runners about 7 to 8 months out of the year. I can get away with starting to wear them around end of March, and I wear them all the way through the fall, about November-ish. So December, January, February, some of March. So I do wear boots about 4 months out of the year. Trail runners are my go-to shoe for hiking. I think they are the most comfortable things ever. To me, the Altra trail runners are like wearing slippers. I don't even really need camp shoes anymore, and I just love them. Before I had the Altra Timp trail runners, I did have a different pair of Altras, and I can link that video right here. They were great, but they did fall apart way too quickly. I was super thrilled with the Altra Timps, and they really lasted what a trail runner's life expectancy is, which is roughly 600 miles. That's about the average. It all depends on what kind of terrain you're hiking in and that kind of thing. Especially this past summer, I did hike a lot on like lava rock, lots of sharp rocks. I feel like the tread kind of suffered because of that. Now, if I were to hike exclusively on super nice, duffy trail, they would probably last a lot longer. However, I will say the squish of the shoe, I could feel it going out, even though the rest of the shoe might be fine. Once you feel the squish is gone, I would suggest getting a new pair, because that is when your foot can really suffer. You don't want to injure yourself just because you want to save some money. Okay, so let's get into some of the specs of the shoe. So these are the Altra Timp shoe. They are a 0 drop. As you can see, this is the version where Altra kind of made the laces go inward like that. They aren't straight up the shoe. I really liked this design. At first I thought it looked weird, but now that I bought my new pair, my 2020 pair, they don't have this design, and I actually really miss it. I wish they would have kept this design. I liked it a lot. I wear men's size 8. I find that the men's Altras are a little bit wider, and I do prefer that. It is way more comfortable for me. Not to mention the color selection is way better if you get a men's shoe. I find that a lot of the women's trail runners tend to be super brightly colored. Pink, purple, orange, green. I don't like all that. I don't mind if there's like a pop of color, but I don't want like a purple shoe with orange soles and pink laces. So I rather have a more neutral shoe. So I really like the men's. I prefer the colors and the width. Like I said, I got these in February of 2019 for $96.73 at REI. I wore these for 550 miles, so that is a pretty good average. Like I said, the average lifespan for a trail runner is about 600 miles. Some people wear them 800 miles, some people, you know, wear them 300 miles. Really just depends, like I said, on the terrain you're hiking in. So as you can see here, the upper part here is totally mesh. It is super, super breathable. I was a little worried that the mesh would get caught on stuff, but I really didn't have any issues with that whatsoever. That is what the other side of the shoe looks like, and then here you can see the tread of the shoe. You can see it is pretty worn down compared to a new shoe, and then like I said, the squish on the inside is completely dead. I started noticing that around about 500 miles. My feet would start to kind of ache, and I just felt like I wasn't walking on a cloud like I did when I first got these. This is where my heel goes. The fabric is coming apart a little bit, but not as bad as my previous trail runners that started doing this at about 150 miles. The wear is pretty normal. You can see some wear here from shoelaces. The shoelaces are actually in prime condition. They look brand new. And on the other shoe, there's a little more wear here where my heel is. And this shoe does actually have a hole right here where my big toe would come through. It just kind of wore through over time, but nothing is falling apart. Nothing is really coming apart. The sole never came apart or anything like that. I think they wore and aged really well, honestly, for how much I used them. I think they're really great. This little metal piece here is for your gaiter to clip on, and then back here is your gaiter trap. So it's a piece of Velcro. If you do have gaiters, you know that you just undo that Velcro. The gaiter has a piece of Velcro that you stick on here. Then you have your gaiter on your ankle there, on your shoe. It goes over and then clips into this metal piece. That's what I really love about Altra trail runners, is that they are equipped and made for having gaiters on. These shoes were so comfy right out of the box. I wore them for the first time on a pretty long hike, and they have zero break-in period. Like, they are just the most comfortable thing you've ever worn just right out of the box. They feel like wearing slippers, honestly. I absolutely love the Altra Timp shoes, and I did end up getting a brand new pair for the 2020 season. They are super lightweight. Together as a pair, they weigh 1 pound 7 ounces. They're so lightweight, you can barely feel them on your feet. Like I said, they are like wearing slippers. I highly recommend Altra Timps to everybody. Go try them on. I swear you will not want to take them off. As soon as your feet are in the shoes, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, life changing, seriously. Thank you to everyone who 2 years ago recommended trail runners and specifically the Altra brand to me, because my life has been changed. I've been able to hike longer miles, longer days because of trail runners. Before I wore trail runners, I wore boots exclusively, and I could really only hike a max of like 15 miles, and that was after my feet had been hurting starting at like mile 12. So I would be in excruciating pain for like 3 miles or even 4 miles a lot of the time. My life was absolutely changed once I started wearing trail runners. I can easily walk 20 miles without my feet hurting. This past year I did actually hike 26.5 miles in one day, and my feet did not hurt. So thanks to trail runners, life was changed. So highly recommend these if you have not tried Altras, especially the Timps. I would seriously recommend the Timps. Like I said, I have only tried the one other pair of Altra. I've heard from thru hikers and other long distance hikers that the Timp shoes are some of the ones that last the longest as far as the wear of the shoe. I don't know why that is, but that's just what I've heard and what I can tell you from experience. Thank you so much for watching this quick video. If you have any gear review suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. I know backpacking season is coming up, so I would love to grab some gear that you guys want me to review, use it during the backpacking season, and then get back to you with some awesome reviews in the fall. So let me know what gear you would like to see on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.